The candidates have about 90 days to make their case to voters before the November general election. Calvin University professor Doug Copeman joins us now once again after last night, looking ahead to the fall. Let's talk about that victory for El-Sayed last night over Hillary Stevens, and it was a really small margin of 15,000 votes.
15,000 votes, very close, not called until late this morning.
Yeah, which we knew that was going to happen.
Right, we figured it was going to happen, and really Wayne County was the place where it was all decided. It will be very interesting because the state Democratic Party is really split, and there has to be a unity. There has to be coming together, and the possibility of that, I think it's complicated a little bit by the National Democratic Party, and people are already lining up about what's the best strategy for president in 2028. I think that the danger for El-Sayed is to get caught up in this national debate within the party and forcing him to do some things that he might not otherwise do if he just wanted to win.
And we're looking at video, you know, one of the things he said in his speech last night before he even knew he won was that you have to mend fences. And same with Stevens, she said the same thing, that they're going to need to work together to unite the Democratic Party. Can they do that?
Yeah, I think they do want to mend fences, and he does want to win, and I think Michigan Democrats want to win the U.S. Senate seat in Michigan. I would have to say Republicans feel better today than they did 2 days ago with having El-Sayed rather than Stevens, and a couple of other races they feel better about. So it'll be really interesting developments in the next 90 days.
Because Republicans think that they have a better chance of winning with Mike Rogers against El-Sayed.
Yes, I think Republicans think if El-Sayed is sort of the symbol of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, Michigan is a swing state. Typically, the voters in the middle decide things. And so if it seems there's an extremist running or two extremists running, that'll make it very difficult to have the traditional Michigan coalition of the people in the middle making the decision.
Let's talk about Kent County and the progressive Democrat who seemed to resonate with voters here. He did pretty well.
He did. I mean, counties with well-educated people with a lot of higher education, a lot of colleges and universities, and Kent County is now one of those. And El-Sayed did well with that, and that was characteristic throughout the state.
And Stevens was the moderate, did better in the rural areas as well. Okay, very quickly, let's talk about the congressional race between Democrat Hillary Scholten and Terry DeBoer, Republican, now running against her. Democrats say she's being backed by DeVos money. What are we seeing in this campaign here?
Well, Kent County is super interesting. For a long time, it was sort of reliable Republican, moderate Republican. Then we had some upset there in the middle of that, and now it's a Democratic. It's not a safe Democratic seat. It's a lean Democratic seat, according to all the people at the national level who look at these things. I think that's about where it is. It's not impossible to see Terry DeBoer winning, but some very positive things have to happen to Republicans and a couple of negative things to Democrats and Congresswoman Scholten. But right now, it's a lean Democratic seat.
Okay, let's talk one more about spending, because I think Michigan is going to get a lot of ad spending from the political parties here.
So I thought I might have a respite, but before I left here last night, I got my first fundraising text, and this afternoon I saw my first negative ad against one of the candidates. So we are going to be bombarded with money, not only candidate money. Most of this money will be outside money from outside groups.
Sure.
And so if you on your television you have a device to cut out commercials, use it, because that's all you're going to be seeing. They don't want
you to hear that. And we hear that Republicans do have a lot of money planned to put into the campaign here.
Yeah, the parties have pots of money, and the Republican Party has more money than the Democratic Party. Progressive groups have a lot of money too, and so it'll be flooded. I think it'll be hard to say who has more of the ads. We will be inundated with them.
Doug Copeman, thank you so much once again for your insight.